Welcome to Small Business Saturdays video series with your host and my husband.
And my dad, Aaron Montgomery.
Join the conversation.
Let's talk some business.
All right. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, the 16th of March, and just got done with a, here, I don't know if you can see it. No, probably can't see it. I'm not lifting my shirt up any further, but just got done with a 7K that I ran with my family. So we're actually going a little earlier today because Lewis has a soccer game this afternoon, and we have to get out of town here. So it's been a great morning already. We, like I said, ran a 7K, Cottleville, this neat little city where my office is at, where I'm at right now, has this St. Patrick's Day parade and run every year. And it's a tiny little town, but they bring in about 30,000 people come in for this parade and stuff. And it's a big old party, lots of fun. So we had, I don't know if you see my hat, a little St. Patrick's Day stuff going on, having a great time. So in fact, because we ran and did a good job, I'm enjoying a Bud Light to celebrate. So celebrate your business, celebrate what's going on here. I'm gonna be fast today. Got hi. Got Kylene and Lewis sitting out there waiting for me. Lots of people doing stuff. So if you hear some things in the background, no problem. We're having fun. And all right. So before I get started, though, I do want to kind of give you guys an update on what I've got going on with Kylene. We're pretty excited. Our business that we've been working on, the business planning that we've been doing together here with you guys and all that other stuff is moving along nicely, progressing. And we've got our first products are going to be online at Pick Your Plum. So pickyourplum.com. Go check that out. I'll put some links once we get the actual event. They go up on Monday, the 18th. So we start off with yoga mats and oval compacts. So pickyourplum.com, check that out. And yeah, if you guys want to sell on Pick Your Plum too, we'd highly recommend it. Great place to kind of check things out, see if products are going to work out for you, stuff like that. Still working on our website, still got lots and lots of things to do, but we're really excited to finally kind of get it off the ground and see if we can make some sales. So check that out. But let's get into talking about you guys today and what I wanted to talk about. I came across some things here, and I'm going to be typing some things in as we go. In fact, I've got to pull something up here, a little behind here. But anyways, wrong part of the great course puts this right in front of me. Okay. All right. So what I wanted to talk to you guys today is about subscription boxes, subscription services. Good morning, Cheryl. How are you? Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing your report back from Atlantic City. So maybe you can come on here with me on Small Business Saturdays and give us a little report. Plus, we need to get you on to Two Regular Guys. I know I'm coming in with you too, so I'm looking forward to all that. We'll touch base here soon. All right, so subscription services. Why I think this is an interesting idea. We've talked about this actually quite a bit. Happy Saturday. Thank you. Good morning. We've talked about the subscription services quite a bit actually over on Two Regular Guys. So we've had Oklahoma Shirt Company that has a monthly Oklahoma shirt. And I just think it's a really interesting idea for decorators because last week we talked about customer lifetime value as a metric to measure. Well, I think these subscription boxes or subscription services is a great way to build some extended customer lifetime value. So that value that you find in a subscription box is that you've got people signing up to want this every month. So I think that's why it can be a great marketing tool. It's a great way to kind of be able to know what your revenue is going to be because you know who's bought into the subscription service. So you can kind of do a lot more planning, can attract a pretty wide audience and just get some regular buyers for your business. And, so it can be, as big as for example, the Oklahoma Shirt Company example is they sell an Oklahoma themed shirt every month. So that can be this big, wide, whatever your niche is, you can have designs related to that. And I think that's a great way to start. But you can also even break this down into maybe like your local school district. So think of a subscription box for your school district where their people are signing up to get the latest gear for their high school each month. The boosters, the supporters, get that monthly subscription going, and you can service that and give them a little cut back, so you can kind of even bring it down into, different subscriptions for different niche areas. So different ways to look at this. I think that you can kind of take it all across the board, and go that way. That's why I think this is a really good idea. So last week, as I mentioned, we talked about CLV, and what CLV stands for is customer lifetime value. So if you've got somebody buying every month, okay, so that's times 12. That's however long you're going to run the subscription box service for. They can cancel anytime, so you have to understand your churn there. But that's why I think this is a really important marketing tool to look at for your business. It doesn't necessarily have to be what you do, and maybe you take this idea and kind of make something around it. But I think this is worth talking about at least. Okay, so are we good? We all on board? We think this is worth talking about? All right. Let me get a couple of things up here. Of course, I didn't want to do that, and then that's going to go over there. All right. Come on, notes. This makes for fun viewing, huh? Okay. So, the first thing when we get down to talking about a subscription box here is, and this is with any business, marketing, anything that you're doing, the number one important thing, anybody want to wager a guess based on what you know of me, what I think the number one most important thing to do is before you start into a subscription box service? I'll give you a second to answer there while I look for what I need over here. There we go. Anybody got a guess? All right. I'm going to go ahead and give you what it is because I haven't got any guesses yet. So the first and foremost thing that you must do before doing this is have a plan. You need to have an idea of what it is that you want to get out of the subscription box service. Target market, perfect. Will, that is a fantastic guess. We'll take that as the win. Having a plan. We want to have a plan that is going to give us the guardrail to figure out how we want to go about this. So visualize your plan. What do you want to see? I need to see 50 customers a month. I need to see 5 customers a month. Whatever your plan is, whatever your goals are, get them on paper, determine who your target market is, what Will said there, get that down on paper. Okay. So that's good. We'll get that out of the way. I think I talk about that enough. We'll move on from that. So once you have a general plan, it's now time to really kind of get down to the details and figure out what you're going to do with this. Now, with the subscription box, the number one key to success here is to think heavily, put all of a big chunk of your effort into what that customer experience is when they open that box. You want to make sure that you're providing quality products. You want to package them really well. You want to give them more than what they would expect to get for what they're paying for. So the way I would look at this is make it like Christmas morning each time they get that package from you. That's the way it should feel. So yes, you might be selling them a t-shirt that they're subscribing to monthly, but when they get that t-shirt, it should feel like Christmas morning when you were a kid and you were opening those presents and you were so excited that Santa brought you this thing. So get your customer experience so tight, so clean, so good, wrapping the whole nine. So that's number one tip, is to make sure that the customer experience is above and beyond what they would expect. The second tip here is determine the packaging, and think about it from a shipping standpoint. So one thing that's happening right now that I think we all need to be aware of is carriers, including the post office, are really changing their pricing structure to be all about dimensional weight. So the days of, and unfortunately, this is thanks to Amazon. Amazon shipped so much air for so long that they're filling up all of the capacity of all of these shipping companies. So they need to actually charge based on how much space it's taking up, not based on how much weight it's carrying for you. So even the post office has gone to changing their rates a little bit to base it off of dimensional weights. So think about it. So we're talking about subscription boxes, but maybe I should have said subscription bags or something along those lines. So just make sure that you really understand what the packaging is going to do to your shipping costs, because even slight changes in dimensional weights will come back and ding you and bite you in the butt later on. So you think you were making X dollars of profit, and all of a sudden the shipping company says, oh, sorry, you were over the dimensions on this. So here's the fee that you have to pay for that. So think about your packaging. Maybe a nice bag, maybe some tissue inside of a nice bag. You can get real creative with it and still have a really nice package without doing a box. So that's the second tip that I have for you. The third tip is make sure that your plan includes several boxes or bags down the road. So kind of have that idea laid out, because that'll help you really kind of get the right things in there, get the right documentation, get the right packaging, all that other stuff, if you kind of know what the progression is. But here's the key. Here's the tip to remember. The but here is, sorry, that wasn't that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. The tip here is that you want to make sure that you're able to pivot. So don't, plan out a couple months in advance, but guess what? Listen to your customers, understand what they liked, what they didn't like about them. Send them a survey after they get the first box and find out about it and be ready to pivot. All right. So don't plan it out far enough so you can really kind of get ahead of it, but don't be so rigid that you can't make a pivot in this case. Okay. All right. Next tip, cross promote with other companies that sell other products. Maybe there's people that are viewing right now that could help each other out. Maybe there's somebody that's doing sublimation that can provide a mug or something to go along with it. And you're doing bling shirts, or maybe you've got an embroiderer that you can be friends with, or we can connect through our communities here. So look for ways to enhance your subscription box with other, again, now they're going to get something more than they expected. Maybe they're getting, some, anything that Cheryl's made and puts out on her Facebook group, something like that, beautiful, along with your shirt, so those kinds of things. You've got to come up with a way to make this something that they want to get and that they look forward to getting every month. That's the real key here. And then those customers will be your advertising, your word of mouth marketing going forward. So you build this subscription box service. All right. Last tip here before we get into the actual nuts and bolts. Before you actually launch and tell people you're going to ship the first box, I would suggest making 1 or 2 boxes in advance, shipping it to yourself or somebody you're very close with, and just get feedback, see what it looks like when it shows up. What happens from the time it leaves your location to the time it shows up to somebody. We don't really know. The shipping companies do some weird things. So maybe you're not really thinking about your packaging and something's getting stuck along the way and it shows up all blown up, or maybe it gets crushed, or whatever the case may be. So before you get started, before you tell your customers that you're shipping these things, make sure that you do some testing yourself and understand how that package is going to show up to you. All right. All right. So there's some kind of tips. Let's get into the actual nuts and bolts here. You want to start building your audience, and the way to do that is to kind of get some excitement built around this. Basically, things like making sure that they know that there's a limited number of boxes available in the first edition. And so with that box, only a certain number of people can sign up, and those people that sign up for your, sign up for information early, get access to it before anybody else. So make them feel special. Start building that audience, start building some potential customers. There's several different ways to do this. You can have an email sign up form and just kind of tease what's going on. Don't give them a whole lot of information, but give them just enough to be excited about it and get them to sign up for the email, and then give those people 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, whatever, before you launch it to the public. Okay. And then let them know that there's a limited number of these boxes available in the first edition or whatever edition that you're in. So build that. A tool that I have used is called Unbounced. And I'm going to type that in here. And so it's unbounced.com. And there, again, this is just something that I've used. I'll send you some more links and put some more links into the comments a little bit later on this. But Unbounce is basically a way to kind of capture data. It's a landing page kind of thing. So you can then do some social media marketing and get people to go to this page. Reach out to somebody like Will Hankey from Red Canoe Media. He can help you set up some landing pages, some calls to actions, things like that. So just kind of build that, get them excited about it, build that excitement around it. A story that you should go check out is a guy named Johnny Cupcakes. If you haven't heard of Johnny Cupcakes, he actually sells t-shirts, but he sells t-shirts based on the fact that he's a bakery instead of a t-shirt maker. So if like you go into one of his stores, it smells like a bakery. What he does is he has screen printing runs done that are a limited edition screen print run, and only certain people can get it. People stand in line outside of his stores and pay $50 for a t-shirt. All right. So go look that guy up, Johnny Cupcakes, see how he does it. That's how your subscription box should feel to people, that they're, part of this tribe, and they're going to get this limited edition thing that nobody else is going to be able to get if they're a member of your program. All right. So that's number one thing. The next thing you do is you need to have a website that is able to manage these subscriptions, that's able to give you the ability to take the payments, send them information, all that other stuff. It could be a traditional e-commerce kind of setup. Maybe there's an app that's available for like a Shopify or something like that. But what I would suggest is I found this service that I like a lot for this, and it's called Subly.co. So if you just go to my website, and I'm going to type this in now and put it up there. Of course, I can't spell while I'm doing this. ERY.info/Subly. If you go to this link, and that is an affiliate link, so you can kind of check it out. But aaronmontgomery.info/Subly, and check that out. I think it's Jerry says he likes the Johnny Cupcake business model. I agree. I think that's a great business model, Jerry, and I think it's worth emulating, especially in this. Like I said, this subscription box thing, it's all about the excitement. It's all about building that Christmas morning feel. So, all right, let me get back to this here. So Subly.com. I think Subly.co is the actual web address, but if you go through my link there, aaronmontgomery.info/Subly, you'll be able to check out this service. I think it's great because it takes a lot of the guesswork out. It's actually built around a subscription business. So you can, either link it through your website, or you can have it as a standalone website. It's got all sorts of great things and I'm willing to, if you want to talk to me about this offline, just hit me up at aaron@montcoconsulting.com. I'm happy to go through it with you, because I really do like this service. And though this is an affiliate link, and so I will get paid if you go through that link. I only do things like that if it's something that I would use myself. And so I'm happy to help you get it set up and do some things for you there. So check that out. Here's the keys though, after you get this set up, so we went through some tips. Let me give you 3 last tips here before I get out of here. Once you make that sale, once you get somebody signed up, make sure that you're over communicating with your customers. Let them, make sure they know very explicitly when their box is supposed to ship. Tell them, show them stuff along the way, send them pictures of building the box, and then make sure that you ship on time. If customers think that this is shipping X date, if it's going to ship on March 16th today, and you don't ship until March 18th, you're going to lose a ton of those customers. So if it's supposed to ship on March 16th, ship it on March 15th. Okay. So give yourself enough time and say, okay, subscriptions are closed. These are going to, so maybe you close your subscriptions on March 1st, and then they know that they're going to ship by March 16th. You actually shipped it on March 15th. They're happy. You've communicated with them from March 1st all the way till it ships, and then communicate with them again after it ships. Ask them how they liked it. Ask them what they didn't like about it. Give them the opportunity to return it if they don't want it. Again, all about that customer experience, making it feel like Christmas. So get that build up going all the way up until that box shows up on their door. The other suggestion here, after you are shipping the boxes, if you can swing it, if you can build this into your service and you work with somebody, like a FedEx or UPS or something like that, I would recommend shipping them all at the same time and shipping them so they all show up at the same time. So that way somebody didn't get theirs before somebody else, before one of their friends. So ship them all today. And so if you shipped them on the 15th, they're going to get them on the 18th, 19th. And everybody gets them at the same time. Everybody starts talking about it at the same time. Everybody's excited about it at the same time, and they're sharing with each other. People are going to go, oh man, I need to get in on this. Where do I sign up for that? Where do I sign up for the next one? Holy cow, that's awesome. All right. So that's the next thing. If you can, I know it's not always possible, but if it's possible in your model, try to ship it so it arrives at the same time. Lastly, encourage your customers to share their excitement. There are unboxing videos out there on YouTube for all sorts of different products, and your box of stuff would be great if somebody did it in an unboxing video. Here, I'm going to post this YouTube link up here because this kind of tells the story to me. All right, try to type all that in, but you can find it. So that is an unboxing video of somebody that got a credit card and unboxed the video. They were that excited about this credit card. Now it's a real high-end credit card. 2 million views of this guy unboxing a credit card. All right, 2 million views. So how about you get 5,000 views of somebody unboxing your subscription box? Things like that. So good stuff. Jerry's got a question here. Great question. Maybe another topic and definitely probably worthwhile, Jerry. So let's do this as another topic. I'll give you my quick hit on it. As far as eBay, he says maybe another topic, but any thoughts on eBay stores? So Jerry, I do have thoughts on eBay stores. I have thoughts on everything. You know this. My thoughts on eBay stores is make sure it fits your market. What does that do for your business? I don't know. I think unfortunately eBay's kind of connotation is a bit more garage sale. Maybe they're changing a little bit, and maybe your target market fits into that. And not to say that's a bad thing. Maybe that's where you fit, but just understand where your target fits. Is it somewhere they're going to be? Are your target customers going to be looking on eBay? That's first and foremost. eBay has gone through a lot of changes back and forth. I think they probably are on the rise right now. But I just be really careful. You don't want to pigeonhole yourself into something that isn't, what your brand is supposed to be. So, I guess to quickly answer the question, my thought on eBay stores is they're totally fine if it's your right target and it's the right kind of brand feel that you want for your business. Neither positive nor negative, so I'm not making any comments about it, whether you should or should not. What I would do is I would want to sit down with you, talk about who your customers are, understand where they go, what they're looking for, how they like to buy, and go from there. So hopefully that answered your question quickly, Jerry, but definitely worthwhile. Maybe I'm going to write this down. I'm going to remember it after I talk to it here because I don't have a paper in front of me. But I think maybe a show on selling channels outside of an e-commerce or outside of your website. So things like eBay stores, Etsy, Pick Your Plum that my wife and I are putting some products on right now. There's Jane.com, all sorts of different places that you could do it. In fact, speaking of Pick Your Plum, I just thought of something. Cheryl, if you're still listening, I think you should try out Pick Your Plum. I think you'd crush it on Pick Your Plum. I know you and I talked about Jane previously. Pick Your Plum seems to be a lot more user-friendly and a lot easier to get into. Like I said, we got into it no problem. So I think it's totally worth looking at, and I imagine a lot of your stuff would kill it on there. So anyways, all right, guys, that's all I've got. Yep, they're ready to go. Wow, they're not even looking at me. Hi, guys. Hi, Kylene. Hi, Lewis. Hi. All right, they're ready to go. Lewis is ready for soccer. The party is starting here in Cottleville. So cheers. And you guys have a fantastic Saturday.